No penultimate presentation here. I love that word, penultimate. Ever since I got into climatology, I just love penultimate. I'm Ken MacClune. We're going to be doing the presentation on building resilience around the world. No small feat. It's in room 3 at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. And the world is a fairly large place, right? There's a lot of different contexts and a lot of different things. What does little Boulder over here have to do, have to learn from around the world? Well, it's about knowledge and information and the difference between the two. And how do you make information into knowledge? So when you think about information, like the next slide. Like, where is that slide? Oh, okay. Well, the next slide you'll see some information about where the Earth actually sits in the universe, because it's photographs from different space efforts. And you can see Earth here from the Voyager spacecraft 6 billion kilometers away. And despite all of our difference, we actually have a lot of similarities, a lot of things that we share. So tomorrow at 1:30, we're going to talk a little bit about ISET's experience building resilience in Asia. And we've worked in 20 cities there. We're going to focus on Da Nang and Gorakhpur as some specific examples. But really, what's going to come out of that is understanding of resilience and the context of information and knowledge. And so I really want to, these things are going to go on and on about their thing here, but I want to emphasize the point that, and we're going to draw out what does it mean to convert knowledge or convert information into knowledge? What does it take? And what's the difference? And then when Patty speaks on community-based adaptation and how that affects how bringing social capital into the equation can sort of ameliorate some of the challenges, but also bring in its own set of challenges, we can start to discuss what does it take to affect change. And in Haiti, we have David coming from Stanford, and I've forgotten his last name, so hopefully he'll bring the slides tomorrow. But really what it comes down is the challenge between what the sort of world development community is facing, between the challenges around converting information into knowledge and the techniques to do that. Can we do it quickly using technical IT information, or can we do it, or is it through this process of dialogue and discussion? And so what we have here is sort of a false dichotomy that I've created here between sort of the donor world and the implementation world. And the implementation world really enjoys dialogue and discussion, but it's slow and it takes time and it's hard to measure. And this world here is saying we need faster, we need more, we need technology, we need to push it. The dialogue world, ultimately, everyone's happy, this is great, this is how we get along, we all meet, we can smile at the camera, we learn so much about it, right? But the challenges in dialogue world are actually that, you start to lose attention after a full day of work, you've got other things that you could be doing, you could be pulling in information, you're actually spending your time to participate in this. What am I getting out of this? And so tech to the rescue. We are going to bring in apps. There's an app for it. Whatever it is, there's an app for it. And if not, we'll build it. Drones. We're going to bring in drones for this because, if there's a community in the mountains that needs medicine, the drone can bring it. If the road's out, here comes the drone. That's great. Except for, there's like a town on the other side of the mountains here that has drone hunting licenses, okay? So, if people, there's some communities in the mountains of the Himalaya where, drones aren't exactly welcome. So, so what is this challenge between information and knowledge? And so this is the pyramid of, it's called the pyramid of knowledge, but it ends in wisdom, so maybe it's the pyramid of wisdom now. So basically, knowledge is information in context. And bringing information into context is a social process. It is a social product. You cannot just hand off information and call it knowledge. And so the challenge is for us, how do we combine, and here's some examples of that, where some of this technology and knowledge have been brought together, but how do we make it contextually valuable such that we can start to address these resilience issues? And so most of the talk tomorrow, most of the time tomorrow will be for the audience to engage with us on how to think about this process to make it more holistic through a shared learning process so that we can understand how to integrate knowledge and information with the technological tools that we have. So I hope to see you tomorrow at 1:30 in room 3 and to get your information and to help us build this process.
Again, my apologies.